Introducing Pllay, an AI-driven platform that watches video gameplay as it happens. Pllay keeps track of on-screen action and determines a match winner in a split second with instant payouts on head-to-head wagering between players. Players invite Pllay to watch games by linking their personal Twitch gameplay stream. Sign up is easy and simple. Players can host their own match, join a match set up by another player, chat, deposit and withdraw cash, and purchase match tokens. All inside one simple mobile app, and 100% of that player's earnings are credited straight to their Pllay wallet instantly, making cutting-edge gaming even more exciting and rewarding from start to finish. Win more than glory. Play on.
This is Shawn Gunn from Pllay, and you're tuned into the COD Show podcast.
Kill him. Let's go.
Welcome to the COD Show. COD Show, COD Show, yeah. Welcome to the COD Show, player.
All right, so it's gonna sound a little weird the way I do my introduction. Just ignore it. It was gonna sound crazy.
Good.
All right. Yes. Hey, welcome back to the COD Show podcast. I'm your guy Didio Nassus, aka Nassus. Kill him. That's right. Nassus. Kill him. We here. Special guest, all right? I told y'all last episode that we're going to be building it brick by brick, all right? Today, we're getting off into the tech world, okay? We're over here. You know, you guys have heard the stories about several of the mainstream content creators that we've had on the show, but now it's time to talk about the other side of that coin. So we're getting into some of the tech, some of our peripheral devices that we use, some of the software that we use, and some of the sites that we use and apps that go along with playing this game we love, Call of Duty, all right? And today, we have an entrepreneur, all right? An app developer, a motivational poster, okay? If you don't know what that is, it's a guy that posts motivational stuff on Instagram, all right? Okay? All right, today, we have Shawn Gunn in the building, man. What's going down, Shawn? How's it going?
All right, I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yes, man.
Super excited.
Man, I appreciate you coming through the COD Show podcast, the COD Show podcast. Just talk about it, man. The app. Actually, before we talk about the app, I got to ask you this question to start it off.
Sure.
Do you play Call of Duty?
I do, but I'm not good. Yeah. I won't even front. I think Call of Duty, like many games, you know, the more you play it, the better you are.
For sure.
And so I definitely won't profess to being good at Call of Duty, but when I play, I have fun and you know, join up with some squads, things like that. Okay. I'm probably the best at some of the sports related games, right? But yeah, you guys would kill me at COD.
Okay, well,
but love it.
But you know, nonetheless, I'm in the same boat. I love to play. I'm not that good, you know. I still love the competitive aspect of the game, so I just love to get out there. And then the whole Warzone, Battle Royale, Warzone, it actually changed the game. You know, it's almost a leisurely type of game mode where you don't have to go hard body or balls to the wall every game. You know, I don't know if you played Warzone yet, but
I have. Yeah, we cover Warzone with Pllay, and to be honest with you, that's made it easier for me to enjoy COD, right? Because you don't have to. I was getting just demolished, you know, without that. You know, my sniper skills are pretty bad, but with this version, you can kind of just join in and have fun, right? And enjoy some competition. So absolutely.
Yeah, man. Love it. So what sparked the idea? What made you guys get into to actually develop an app where you can do legal bets or legal wagers in Warzone, Madden, I can't remember. It's a host of 2K is one of them.
2K, Fortnite, FIFA. Yeah.
What made you guys get into that space? Like what sparked that idea?
Yeah, it sparked a while ago. I've been a gamer, you know, all my life, probably, like many of us.
Atari, baby.
Atari and ColecoVision and, you know, Commodore 64 and Sega Genesis.
Commodore 64.
Man. Yeah, I was old school. And so the passion has always been there, and I've seen the gaming environment and ecosystem just blossom. And, you know, probably like 5 years ago, maybe earlier, but I really saw it then that there was going to be an opportunity to help gamers monetize their time spent.
Great point.
My belief was that time was going to go up dramatically as devices like we were talking before the show around, whether it's mobile or tablets, PC, console, the proliferation of platforms that touch all of those, like COD.
Right.
And so there was going to be a path very similar to what we saw with daily fantasy. Obviously regulated wagering where gamers can make money off of their skill level, right? And the time they spend in these games. Obviously, Pllay has started around skill-based wagering, and I'll talk about the tech in a minute. But we believe in other types of monetization as well, right? Being rewarded from brands and other players in the space, as well as cash, right? And so you'll see us kind of build upon all aspects of monetizing time spent. On the tech side, the application that users find on iPhone and iOS devices is really the way they experience our technology. There's a much larger artificial intelligent machine learning platform behind it that allows us to extract data while you're playing COD, in real time by monitoring your stream on Twitch, and there'll be other partners that we integrate with this year. But that's where the magic happens, because we're able to kind of understand who's winning or losing the match, other behavioral characteristics, right, of how you play. We'll roll out intensive skill level kind of capabilities this year. And then, which I know we're going to touch on, as we go forward, try to create ways to understand if there's anomalies or possible cheating in various matches. So the technology can kind of encompass those things, and like all things data, as you have more data, you're able to understand more things. And so that's the path we're on.
That's one of the most fascinating things about the Pllay app. When I was watching the post you made on IG from not too long ago about the Pllay app, was that the AI is monitoring your stream, and the AI it actually awards the winner versus manually typing in your score, or it's an automation to it, right?
Yeah. So one thing that frustrated me, and I think it frustrated other gamers, was and there's been other platforms that have tried to obviously create wager opportunities on video gaming. In many cases, they go down the path of what I call self-reporting by the user, right? That, to your point, you and I play a Call of Duty match, and they have very little visibility or no visibility into what actually is happening in the match. And that's one of the key components of being an AI data first kind of approach. And so what we wanted to do is to create a really seamless opportunity, not only to understand what's happening, but to be able to certify who won the match, at the end of that match, and provide the score. And not just provide the score, whether it's a Madden match or a COD match at the end, but when you use our application, you see the AI updating the scoring moments as the match is happening. And so you literally can watch it, and it says, hey, you just got a kill shot, or hey, you just scored a field goal, or hey, you just got a safety. And then you see that tally. And what it does is it actually takes AI, which is a very, kind of technical, cold technology, right, and humanizes it, because you can see it living and breathing. It'll get better, like all technology does over time, right? So by no means are we purposeful in being right all the time, and we give users the ability to dispute any match that potentially we get wrong or the score wasn't right. Generally, we fall within like a 90+ percentile correct. So we're getting most of all the matches right, but there's Wi-Fi goes down and a bunch of things that just gamers know happen during the course of a match. But over time, the AI will get really good, and we'll be able to do a lot more things with it to enhance the types of wagers you create or the analytics that we're able to pull out of a match.
Okay. That is ridiculously incredible, man. Do you have to stream in order to actually use or take advantage of the Pllay app? You have to stream?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so we have a requirement that, look, we'd love for both players to stream because we just get more data and can speed things up on the data side. But we have a requirement that the host in our environment, and the host for Pllay is the person that created the match on our platform.
Okay.
That person must stream that match. That's a requirement. And so one, it's beneficial clearly because if we have the stream and we're collecting the data, you get paid out instantaneously once the match is over.
For sure.
So it makes it easy that way. But yeah, the host is required to stream.
Okay. And that's pretty lit, man, because that'll give, like you said before, that gives players extra monetization boost, other than just streaming, just plainly streaming your Madden experience or your Warzone experience or your Call of Duty experience or 2K. It actually, I've seen guys just all day, all they do is wager all day right. long, man. And that's pretty dope, man, to actually have that option or this option available. And
yeah, why not make money off entertainment, right?
Yeah.
We all love these games, and obviously there's tons of other games that we have the opportunity to pull into our ecosystem. But
yeah,
why not? On a game you spend $70, $80 in some cases.
Oh yeah, no,
be able to make money. 120, yeah, depending on what you're playing. And so we've already had, I can't even count how many players that are making some serious, money in many cases, and sometimes making more money than they do at their day job, right?
For sure.
And so, and we're at, for us, phase one. So we think we not only can create entertainment value around, wagering, but clearly there's going to be some folks that are adding to their household income, right? And able to do some things that help their families, right? So how big that part of the equation will be, we'll see. But to your point, you should be able to game and make money at the same time. Man,
I seen a guy, he was doing wagers and he had to be there for like 13 hours. Okay.
Right.
He had on his screen like a live update of how much money he made. And when he ended the stream, he had $1,100 that he made that day from wagers, man.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a guy last week, just one example. I think in a week he paid 60 plus matches. And I'll say that he was well into the over $1,000 in winnings. And so not everyone's going to be at that side of the equation, but it shows just from an average amount of sessions and wagers and matches, we think the numbers can get dramatic. And once again, there's real people winning real money,
right.
And so we think that's an important factor.
Are there any limitations to how much you can actually wager? Is it a minimum or a maximum? Yeah, so we've placed some limits on ourselves. Not from a regulatory perspective, there aren't. You can wager as little as $1. Okay. Right. Create a match for $1. That'll be me.
Yeah, we see people obviously do that when they're just kind of getting their feet wet.
Yeah.
The average generally is like in the $15 to $20 range. Per person in each match. So create a $40, $50 match. Okay. We've set, I believe the limit right now is $300 that each person can wager. And I think what we'll find over time is as we see how that limit performs, we can up it or lower it. But that's something we set as a company. So, is there skill matchmaking in the Call of Duty world? Skill-based matchmaking is like the dreaded phrase or the dreaded acronym. But
in wagers is probably a good thing, right? If it's skill-based matchmaking, right? So
so we do have that. Not to cut you off. Sorry about that. We do have it. We're running it in our phase 1 kind of in the background as we build up each player's skill level. So we haven't exposed it yet.
Okay.
But we will expose that in a couple different forms very shortly. We have our version of it. We think there's value in knowing a person's skill level in COD,
right?
Obviously, but we also think there's extreme value in understanding not just their skill level in that particular game, but what are their kind of wager analytics in that skill level as well, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm a top tier COD player, but I only bet $2, that's not as interesting if I actually put some money up, right? And so there'll be we have an algorithm that takes into account various factors and a few others that roll up to a really easy visual, so everyone can understand. I'm a pretty terrible COD player and don't bet a lot in that match versus others who may be different. That said, I play a lot of Madden.
Okay.
And am pretty good. I'm not gonna say I'm great, but pretty good there. And so obviously I have a lot more confidence. So not only is my skill level probably higher there, but my wagering pots or habits are probably larger as well. So it's always interesting to see what those skill levels in our world look like in helping people pick the right folks to wager against.
Okay. During this process, you mentioned that you were in phase 1. Mm-hmm. What's been the biggest obstacle or the biggest challenge that you guys faced moving forward?
Yeah. So, I would never suggest for anyone to launch a company in a pandemic. So that has its own set of challenges that we've all kind of had to deal with as humans on this planet. Mm-hmm. But, I think, it's always a challenge when you're creating something new in a relatively new industry, right? So in essence, we're creating a new market that is still very young. Yeah. And so, telling that story to, the larger public, whether it's to, gamers, but also to, investors and institutions. I think that clearly the pandemic has helped the overall gaming market, right? Because people have been home and more leisure time. So that's been beneficial. But, there's still always the classic challenges of launching a business and funding a business. And just those things get tougher in these kind of environments. But, we're surviving all those things and flourishing in many ways.
Oh my God. I know for us on the end users end, it's great, because we're here playing the game anyway. But I know it's a different set of challenges on the developer side,
Right.
So in my experience with wagers, skill-based matchmaking wagers platforms, some are not, they're not created equal. Okay. So what separates Pllay from, one of its competitors? Mm-hmm. What separates Pllay?
Yeah. So I'll give you kind of two buckets, right? Because I don't feel like there is another Pllay out there in the market today. On one side of the equation, most of the platforms in the industry fall under what I talked about, which is the self-reporting challenge, right?
For sure.
And that really starts because there isn't a lot of data about what's happening in the match. And many companies have tried to, kind of do strategic deals with publishers to get access to their APIs. Some have been successful there, many have not. And so what we wanted to do is kind of create our own data opportunity and API, which is what we successfully have done. And, having that process in place and that technology in place and really that strategy and methodology now gives us the ability to just build upon kind of that strategy. So I think many fit into that bucket of low data access, reliant on third parties to understand what's happening, and then challenged to tell the user whether they're winning or losing or who should get paid kind of deal.
Okay.
Then I think the other side where we really think the competition for us is what I call the gray market. So that's you and I playing COD online. We find each other. We don't know each other. And we decide to bet on Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Yeah. Right. And that's really reliant on me and you being honest people.
Honest, yeah.
You know, yeah. Right. And we all know that in gaming, you know, probably I think it's less than 10% of the time if you really beat someone's, you know, butt in COD, do you get paid on Cash App, right? And so, you know, that market, just as the first, we've cleaned up everything there, right? So what Pllay does is not only have the ability to monitor your match and understand what's going on and certify who won, but before that, on our platform side, we do a full identity check on each person, right? So the first thing we're doing is to make sure that there's no minors in the ecosystem. So you need to be 18 years or older to participate in the states that we operate. And this ID process or validation happens behind the scenes. So you don't need to scan your license and things like that. We have some pretty big partners that, you know, can do the check based on your name and phone number and things of that nature. And so once that happens, we've done two things. We've gotten all the minors out, but we've also identified everyone down to a human, right? So in an effort to try to move the AI bots that may be participating, we've normalized the counts to humans, which is a big deal. Okay. And then at that stage, we do all the, you know, normal blocking and tackling around helping you bring money into the marketplace from your bank account, credit card, help you set up matches, you know, all that good stuff. And so you then have the confidence that we've normalized and brought all people that are legally capable of participating to do that. And so that alleviates all the challenges you see in that second equation I talked about, the gray market. Right. We take care of all that heavy lifting and make sure it's a fair environment. Okay.
So what do you have anything, not you, does the app have anything in place to protect the users? What I'm asking is, any Call of Duty, especially this past year, with the technology actually advancing from controllers into like actual software hacks, you know what I mean? Yeah. People are using hacks and other types of software to get an advantage, an unfair advantage, and manipulate the actual game itself. I'm not sure if that's possible in Madden. I know you can do it in 2K. It's very possible to actually buy a device and manipulate your jump shot. But what I'm asking is, how does Pllay protect its users from cheaters?
Yeah. So one of the interesting byproducts of us monitoring matches is we actually can build analytics on each user. And obviously we have recordings of every match that takes place. The first reason for that is, I mentioned earlier, we give users the ability to dispute any result. There's a little dispute button at the end of each match, and you have about a minute and a half to hit that button. Okay. And so that helps us in those moments. If you think someone is cheating, we can review the match. And so we have a process in place with that. When that dispute button is hit, we freeze the jackpot. No one gets paid until that review is completed. The first layer of that review is done through our AI. The second layer, if needed, it gets kicked to a customer kind of success team. Okay. When you spin that forward, obviously, if we have any inclination of cheating or perceived cheating, we flag those accounts unless we validate that didn't happen. Okay. And so what you can well see is that over time, if I've been accused of cheating 3 times, and we've reviewed those. We will put what we call buyer beware, or wager beware marker on my account. We also have the ability to, which is in our kind of user license agreement, to do very similar things that you do other platforms. Put people in a penalty box, get them to stop doing it, and ultimately we can remove them from the platform.
Okay.
So all those things can be in place if we detect it, and we give users the ability today to flag that, and we will do a review of that. So we take cheating very seriously. We have other aspirations aside from peer-to-peer wagering, and obviously, just like any sport or platform, we want the integrity of our platform and our players to be as high as possible.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, as you're a veteran gamer, you can't stop someone per se from cheating.
Right.
All you can do is try to recognize it, and identify it, and react to it, and then either remove them from the ecosystem, or in the interim flag them. So that's our process today.
Okay.
And the process going forward. I think what we will see in the future is the cheating technology is always getting better, but there's always little breadcrumbs of understanding something weird just happened, right? We just all know intuitively as gamers, like, man, his shooting game is really fast, right? Like, or his ability to do certain things. And so I think we will rely, just like a lot of communities, on our users to flag these things, right? Because we can't be in every match. And look, it goes the other way too, right? Because we've all seen users that are sore losers, right? And we'll define everything as cheating. Right. And so that penalty system I talked about equally works the other way, right? Yeah. If you become the little boy that cries wolf all the time, we'll take you through the same process. So we want integrity, but try to root out any unfair advantage.
That's the major key. Finding a site or a platform that you trust, and that's a major key, because that's what's gonna make or break. That's what makes or break any business, really. Man, it's like you have to have that great reputation, and people, especially with dealing with online, man. Online service or an app like this, you have to have a great reputation, and that's a major key, man. Salute to that, man. Cheat prevention, y'all hear that? All right. What else? Android desktop applications. At the moment, we only have access through Apple. Oh my God. Hold on. Sorry, my phone is ringing, man. Through my Bluetooth speaker. Okay.
Yeah, I can answer that question. So Android, luckily, when we had an Android app kind of spun up last year, but Google has finally come around and reversed their decision, not just on Pllay, but across a ton of real money applications. So they're now allowing them to onboard. Our hope is over the next couple months, we'll get that version of our app up on the Play Store. Okay. So that's exciting, because we've heard for a long time from our Android users how sad they were and they wanted to jump into action. So we'll get that done. And obviously that will give, no matter what console you're on or PC, you can tap into us from those mobile apps. Okay. We will do some things also, probably specifically for the PC gaming market. Right. Obviously there's a ton of different ways to engage outside of mobile directly on the desktop. Haven't made a decision there yet, but we'll make an announcement, in the next few months.
I had a question about that also. Yeah. Will, like, the matchmaking process, will I be, is it console only? Is it console versus PC, or is it PC versus PC, or is it all crossplay? Or do I have an option to actually jump into a lobby or a wager match with only console? Is that?
Yeah. So for us, one, we haven't released PC yet, but PC gaming will be released this year.
Okay.
And we don't inhibit if the game, even on console with Xbox and PS, if the game allows crossplay, we will too. One thing I haven't said is, something we did differently is we believe the democratization of gaming happens at the streaming level, right? Which is why we've made integrations at that level and will continue to do so. So we don't integrate for that democratization reason with the game itself or with the hardware, right? So we have nothing running on any of the consoles and most likely not the PC. We want everything to happen at the streaming level. So the only inhibitor to you playing, if you're on PC, to me on Xbox, is does the game allow both those environments to cross-populate, which many more are doing, right? Okay. But there are still a few that don't allow cross-play. But if it's allowed, we have no constraints there. But PC will be released this year, probably mid this year.
Okay. All right. Any major events coming up, like any tournaments or any type of parties? I don't know, man. Like any type of events do you guys have planned for the Pllay app or for your users?
Yeah, so we'll be releasing more content. So we have every week, maybe every other day, there's various contests, excuse me, and achievement kind of modes happening across the games we cover. I think, clearly as we get out of COVID, we see many more kind of offline, online, virtual things we'll do with some brands and other strategic partners. There's a few I can't talk about today, but we have some really cool stuff in the works probably for this summer and this fall. We did some really good stuff pre-COVID with like FaZe Clan and the NBA and Slam Magazine, and early on with Travis Scott at Astroworld. So that's the caliber that we generally have some events with, and we'll continue to have that trend go on. So yeah, we're super excited to everyone to get vaccinated and get back to some gaming. But the beauty of our platform, honestly, and this is where I think the brands are a big part of, is the ability to have virtual events. And so I think this summer you'll see many more of those with some of our perceived brand partners. Okay.
Salute to that. I will be have my eyes and ears open, looking for any advertisement or any type of event.
Yeah, just check our social. Whatever happens, it'll get posted on IG and TikTok and the whole bit.
Okay. Last question. On the COD Show podcast, I always ask this question to our esteemed guests. Is there anyone that you would like to recognize, to say thank you to, any of your supporters that you want to recognize and say, hey man, I appreciate you, or thank you for helping me out? This is the time to do it. I used to call this the hate mail, love mail segment, but I'm getting, in 2021, I'm getting away from the hate. We're just going to focus on the love now, man.
Positive. The love. Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
Anybody you want to recognize?
Well, it's there's entire groups, right? So we have, I still look at this phase we're in as all of our early adopters. And so we would be nothing without users that took the leap and continue to take the leap on the new platform. So I want to thank all of them, because you always need that first group of users that dip their toe in, take the risk, and then they're the ones that spread the gospel to their friends and fellow gamers. So I want to thank them. And I put you in that bucket, right? Because you're taking a early adopter chance on putting Pllay on your show, which we appreciate.
For sure.
And then, obviously all of our investors, right? Because before there was users, there were people that kind of listened to a pitch I gave them.
Somebody dug the idea, right? Yeah.
They dug into their pocket on a vision, right? So I think it's investors, but then consumers, users, right? Those are the groups that definitely always want to say thank you for.
Okay. Salute to the users. Salute to the investors and the developers, man.
Absolutely. How can
we find the app?
Yeah. So the easiest thing to go to our website, right? Go to Pllay. Pllay, Pllay.me, and there we'll take you directly to the iOS store to download.
Okay.
And as we get Android up, we'll have a link there as well. Or you can go to our IG page, which is @PllayMe, and find us there.
All right. Listen, people. All right. This is the COD community, and we can be a little slow sometimes. It's 2 L's in Pllay. Pllay. Don't be like me, Googling Pllay Pllay. Man, I can't. It's like
we had to make it tough on people. Yeah, we had to make it tough. I apologize, folks.
Hey, but yeah, Pllay. All right, check it out. My mom had a question for you. All right,
okay.
Me and Mom were having a discussion about you guys being on the Breakfast Club. You and NBA player,
Bradley Beal.
We
just had an awesome All-Star game. Although his team lost, he had a killer game.
Word, salute to him. Yeah. Mom was telling me, she was like, "Hey man, have you heard about this app that people will be able to actually wager and actually try to get some money from playing the game?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have a discussion with Shawn Gunn tomorrow."
Awesome.
You know, so she was asking me. She wanted me to ask you, how can she actually invest? Because she was looking for whatever she uses to actually try to, find companies to invest in. She was looking for it.
Sure.
She had been looking for it, and she wants to know. I don't know if it's available publicly.
Mom. Yeah. Thanks. Please tell Mom thank you. I appreciate that. We didn't touch on it. One thing Brad and I talked about during our Breakfast Club interview was, we had raised about $3.5 million. We wanted to carve out small investment allotment through a crowdfunding for folks in our community, especially. Right. I'm passionate about investing, and one thing. From a generational wealth perspective, our community generally doesn't have access, to high potential tech startups. So if you go to our Instagram page, we have a link there to our partner Micro Ventures. And at that point, you can invest into Pllay. Our round is going to be open there for another 2 weeks. Okay. You can invest as little as $100, and it's a pretty easy process. But yeah, happy. If there's any questions, you have my email. Okay. I'm happy to answer those for Mom. But tell her I really appreciate her interest in investing in Pllay.
Yeah, you hear that, Mom? I got you some answers. All right. If I hadn't done anything for you, I got you some answers.
Gotta take care of moms, man.
Yeah, man. Salute to that. I'll put that link actually in the description of this video, in every video, every clip that I create from this actual interview, man. So salute to that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Your social media, does the Pllay app has its own social media?
Just Pllay me. Okay. And mine's on Instagram is King Gunn. Okay. And either way, you can get to Pllay through either page.
Salute to that. All right, this is probably the last. I think this is the last question, man.
Sure.
Wait a second, I forgot. I forgot the last question. But anyway, never mind, man.
All good. All good, man.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, man. Pllay, Pllay, people. Okay. Mm-hmm. Salute to that. I'm looking forward to watching this thing develop into one of the biggest platforms out there, and I'm gonna be able to tell y'all that I done it. I was here first in the beginning.
You saw it. You saw it before everyone else did. Yeah. Yeah. You'll be a historical figure in media.
Thank you. Hey, listen, people. If you don't have an app, you can't be on this show. Okay. You gotta have an app. We're raising the bar in 2021, man. And that was my next question. It's when you Google or you go to the Play Store, it's Pllay Labs, right? Is it Pllay Labs?
Yeah, so our name of our company is Pllay Labs. The product is Pllay, Pllay.me.
So that means it's more, right? More apps.
So we're going to focus on making this one successful. Mm-hmm. But yes, obviously, many more concepts and ideas, in particular from a gaming perspective.
Okay.
But yeah, if you're looking for the app on your iOS store in the Apple Store, you can just type in Pllay and it'll come up. It's called Pllay Head to Head, and pretty easy to just do a quick search there, and you can download it directly.
Yep. For sure. And when I saw the labs, I was like, yeah, you can't just have one app with a lab.
No. At least you got to set yourself up for some additional things to bring to the market. So you're spot on there.
For sure. All right, man. That's been it. I think this is it, man. I appreciate you coming through.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Double L. All right. Thank you for coming through, Shawn. All right.
Absolutely. Thanks for the invite, and it was great talking to your community, and go COD.
King Gunn on Instagram, man. It's a dope name. Hey, what is your gamer tag, man? What is your gamer tag? It's got to be something dope if your last name is Gunn.
Yeah, it's either that or immunity.
What?
Yeah.
Immunity?
Yeah.
Okay.
My gamer tag. Yeah.
All right.
So, you got to make it interesting.
For sure, man. Salute to you, and salute to the company and the whole team behind the actual Pllay app, man. All right, we're gonna close it out. As always, live life, show love, be great, and always keep the kill feed lit. It's been your guy Didio Nash, the COD Show podcast. Shawn Gunn, the Pllay app. Get your money up, man. We out of here, man. Peace. Kill them. Yo, thank you, man.
Man. It's all good, awesome. Man. This was great. Thanks. Man. Great concept, man. I love your format. I wish you nothing but much success.
Man.